Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with and what he look like and what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that. So I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child.
It's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring that guilt. I literally spoke what I saw.
After Con removed her almost 2-year-old kid from social media, folks observed that little Con Jr. hadn't changed much when she recently took him to a church event. The Crown has often dismissed concerns about his welfare, assuming that his problems will finally be remedied on their own. It turns out that she was totally wrong. After seeing a video of Junior becoming popular on X, a doctor finally confirmed what many had previously surmised. Without proper care, the youngster would never learn to talk. Additionally, Blueface's mother blamed Cone for her child's condition, saying that ever since Cone first made her son public by live streaming her delivery on Instagram, people have been, even after she had been away for months, viewers weren't really believing her when she said he was perfect. It was the baby's wailing, poor hand-eye coordination, and head immobility that truly caught people's attention. Con's sobs sounded more like a cat's shriek during a live stream where she defended wearing a tattoo of Blueface on her face, an attempt to seem as if nothing was wrong. It appeared to signal that something was wrong as it exploded into the background. Fans noticed straight away that in another video of Con feeding her son, he didn't react to the food or spoon until it was directly in front of him. Why wasn't he reaching for food with excitement like other infants would have at 8 months of age? Assumed she was drunk, which led to even more conjecture among viewers who flocked to her comments. According to one commenter, Ron Rock is delusional about Junior and isn't accomplishing anything. He ought to be able to support his head and chest on his stomach by this point. He also doesn't coo or smile. The message was promptly answered by Con, who called it harsh and said that people were attempting to transform nothing into something that someone had started. Another blogger continued by arguing that the milestones weren't really a reflection of a child's development, but rather were societal constructs designed to boost a parent's ego. However, that argument isn't very strong. That individual suggested that Cone Jr.'s problems were due to Creed's shot, a genetic condition unrelated to Cone's drinking or smoking. Reach your goals, but remember that parenthood and raising children are really difficult. These criteria aren't merely for show. They help parents assess their child's present proficiency. Developmental deficits are easier for parents to identify and address when a child does not meet age-appropriate milestones. Cronin's son displayed specific physical characteristics, according to the doctor's inline weighting. Signs of fetal alcohol syndrome include a small head, flat midface, small eyes with corner creases, and unusually large, low-set ears. It could be a sign of newborn alcohol withdrawal, but it could simply be Creed-related high-pitched screaming. Some people have noted that his pupils appear white in pictures instead of their typical red color, which may be a sign of a visual issue, but Con wasn't worried. People shouldn't diagnose her child since she took him to the doctor and he was, fine, she claimed. My baby is healthy, she said. They would have informed me of his condition if they had known about it. Bro, he's healthy, she exclaimed. Just because that picture wasn't cute doesn't mean I'm diagnosing my baby online. It's wrong. She had been recording every aspect of her child's life, and she would have made sure to post the information that she was all clear to reassure the doubters. Blueface, who shares Crash's lack of empathy, chastised Cone for postponing their son's hernia surgery, saying she had other obligations until things got worse. She waited until after Blueface's tirade to take Junior in for treatment, tweeting about how we hadn't seen him walk, talk, hold a spoon, laugh, or reach any of the other milestones that are typically associated with a 1-year-old. Cone began to receive criticism from those who said she only had a child to uphold. Chrisean probably uploaded a video of her baby trying to walk at almost 1-year-old to refute rumors that he wasn't getting better. Continuing to communicate with Blueface, Janet, her old best friend, added fuel to the fire by implying that Con was totally unaware of Junior's need for assistance. When people are in denial, it's impossible to help them see what's really going on, said Janet. Many people believed that one's decision to spend less time on social media was the best one she had made in a long time in order to keep her son out of the spotlight. She took him to church to sing her new hymn, Yahweh, and the audience was shocked to see how little he had changed at almost 2. Rather, Junior seems unaware. a young child whose destiny is marred by circumstances beyond his control. In that time of unbridled interest, Junior should be investigating his surroundings and absorbing everything in his immediate vicinity. The issue is not Junior's disability, but rather that his parents were, to put it mildly, ill-prepared for the situation in which he was born, and did not give much thought to how their actions might affect a child's life. He was entangled in a web of bad choices, a toxic environment, and the consequences of his parents' turbulent lives, which is the sad truth. For example, Cash's mother publicly apologized for her pregnancy and even disclosed that she had several abortions during her pregnancy, demonstrating A for the child and everyone who is aware of the whole reality of what has happened. It is devastating that Cash continues to reject the serious repercussions of her decisions for her kid. Conditions were set for what was to happen by tension and a clear lack of emotional involvement. Although her relationship with Cash is tight and often hostile, she has never held back from expressing her concerns about Junior's developmental issues. Her statement that it hurts her to see Junior in this situation and that, despite Clarissa's deep love for him, things didn't have to be this way was honest. Her grandchildren were both disappointed and shocked when they saw Junior for the first time in public. She was devastated by the reality of what had transpired. She is obviously hurt, but she also loves him. Even though there are many people to blame, the sadness lies in the fact that Junior had no control over his birth circumstances and chose not to participate in this chaotic setting. Adults who failed him, and a lot of people are now interested in how this happened and how anyone could have been taken aback when they discovered that Junior might have developmental issues. Cash was not prepared to be a mother, and she didn't seem to care about the repercussions of her lifestyle choices. Her well-documented pregnancy-related activities, especially her drinking and smoking, surely led to his current issues. Junior is the innocent victim of his parents' carelessness, despite the temptation to feel sorry for him. It is obvious that something is wrong since Junior is still exhibiting severe developmental delays. A child his age should be walking, babbling, and exploring, but he struggles to even reach these basic milestones. It hurts to see a youngster go through this kind of suffering, and it is a clear warning sign when the foundation due to her pride and denial, she seems incapable of taking full responsibility, although she is aware that she made mistakes that have led her to this point. Her public persona remains unflinching, even if she is probably in private bereavement. Though it's obvious that her child needs more than hope, he needs intervention, support, and dedication, she continues to believe that he will recover. Chrisean was handed a heartbreaking reality check during a routine pediatric checkup. Chrisean has long been well known for her fiery and frequently theatrical broadcast character. What started out as a standard inspection turned into a transformative experience. Chrisean started crying at the doctor's visit after hearing the doctor's remarks, which confirmed concerns about Junior's developmental delays. She held her child close to her, as if her embrace would protect him from the agony of his condition. After she got home, she posted on Instagram about the incident's emotional toll, showing her fans how vulnerable she was. Despite the fact that this news had clearly completely upended her world, she wanted her fans to know how much she loved her child and the "all I care about is my child's safety. I'm working as hard as I can." She told her audience in a sad live broadcast, "This is really difficult for me." Her eyes welled up with tears, and her voice broke under the weight of her feelings. Short clips of her live performance rapidly became well-liked by fans all around the world. The hashtags ShareTrox, Cha-Cha, and Pray for JR soon after her devastating revelation, Chrisean Strong became well-known on social media, and her fans showered her with encouraging, hopeful, and affectionate messages. To help with the cost of Junior's potential therapies and medical care, some even started GoFundMe pages. Blueface Jr.'s father responded to the ambiguity with a straightforward, cryptic tweet that said, "It's a cold world. Stay dangerous." Reactions from fans varied. Some thought his response was cold and self-serving, while others thought he was dealing with personal issues. But as Blueface was playing, Chrisean didn't seem to be paying attention to her. Instead, public scrutiny. "I feel like I want to give up sometimes, but I can't. My baby needs me," she said. Even though the strain was unbearable at times, Chrisean resisted it. Instead, she took action, talking to experts, investigating early intervention programs, and learning everything she could to aid her baby. She also reduced the number of times she appeared in public and concentrated on helping JR as much as she could. People who usually see celebrities as distant or unapproachable discovered a human side in Chrisean during this time when she was enduring challenges and adamantly sticking up for her son. This was demonstrated by the way her friends came together to support her both practically and emotionally. The hashtag #AcherFashion evolved into a potent unifying symbol. All of us are hoping for JR's health, and the overwhelming support from everyone serves as a reminder that there is still uncertainty in the future. One thing is certain, though, as Chrisean and Junior set out on this challenging path, she is not facing this alone. With the help of her family, her supporters, and herself, she is unwaveringly committed to fighting for her son's future. The situation is indicative of a much darker time in Chrisean's life. Recent court documents indicate that her legal problems are still very much alive. It appears that the time has come for Chrisean to handle the consequences of her actions. Recent reports indicate that she will most likely receive a lengthy prison sentence. Please remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below for future updates. See you in the future video. Serious disappointment, particularly for her son Junior, who would grow up without his parents because of their carelessness. You can understand how we got here by going back to February 2022, when Chrisean was arrested in Oklahoma for driving a stolen vehicle that contained illegal drugs. Both possession of a controlled substance and possession with intent to distribute carry jail sentences for her. But the details of the case didn't end there. Chrisean left the gruesome words, "I love blue," etched in her blood on Blueface's wall, after breaking into his house and taking his G-Wagon. Blueface posted this on social media, describing it as a fatal attraction moment whack 100. Further information concerning Chrisean's behavior was also provided by Blueface's manager, who posted information about the event on Instagram. Shortly after her arrest, Chrisean's case appeared to improve. Her lawyer contended that she had no criminal record, thus she was initially sentenced to probation rather than jail time. She had stolen the automobile, stolen thousands of dollars from Blueface, vandalized his property, and called him a bozo because he had to pay for the car's transportation and pick it up from the impound. Additionally, she was supposed to perform 120 days of community service, but Chrisean didn't fulfill this obligation as planned. She broke her probation when she didn't perform the assignment, and in February of this year, a warrant for her arrest was issued before authorities could apprehend her. Since Chrisean moved to California, where she already had another outstanding warrant, her legal issues have gotten worse. The prospect of years in prison is a sobering reality, and Chrisean seems to be accepting full responsibility for her mistakes. It is unclear what this would entail for her or her son Junior's future. What began as a string of bad choices is laying the groundwork for a dramatic and unexpected ending that will affect Chrisean and her child.